Congratulations in making the choice to come to Harper College to continue your studies. I'm Dr. Eric Bowman of the Liberal Arts Division. I teach English and English as a second language and oversee the English placement test which you're about to take. Now, it may have been a while since you had to write an essay, so this presentation is designed for students who've been out of school for a while, like yourself. We call it a refresher because that's exactly what it is. We just need to activate the skills that might be dormant. How are we going to do that? Well, first we're going to talk about the English placement test, what's involved, prepare strategies for reading and writing to help you do your best on the test. We're also going to be talking about ways to motivate yourself, and most of all, envisioning yourself in college-level courses. Just envisioning yourself in college-level courses puts you halfway there. So what is this placement essay? Well, to see if you're ready for college-level English, we created a test that replicates the kind of work you might need to do in a college-level course. You'll read a passage presenting different viewpoints, and you'll be asked to summarize what you've read and then write a critical essay. The test is 90 minutes online, so you'll have time that you'll need to read and respond in writing. You'll be working with a proctoring service called ProctorU, which we use for both the math and English placement. There are more details specifically about this on the Harper student portal, but you'll need a computer with a webcam and a stable internet connection. You'll be typing your response online with the live proctor watching you test. The whole process usually takes about 1 hour. After your essay is submitted, your essay is reviewed by faculty members in the English and English as a second language departments. They are not grading your essay like you would experience in a class, but rather they are reviewing it for certain traits that show you're ready for college-level English. I want to emphasize that there is no pass-fail on this test. The purpose is strictly for placement. So what are the traits that they're looking for? For writing, faculty raters will be reviewing your use of English grammar and sentence structure, how you develop your ideas responding to the reading and supporting your arguments. In terms of reading, they'll be looking for your ability to identify the arguments and how you incorporate your reading in your writing. If you demonstrate the traits needed for college-level English, you'll be placed into English 101. This is a first semester college-level English course and the most common course college students take. If you don't place into English 101, do not worry. We have several different offerings to help you get your English to college level while you continue your studies at Harper. For example, it's possible that your reading could be at a college level, but your writing needs a little bit more work. In that case, you'll be placed into English 101 ALP. This is a regular college level English 101, but then you and some of your classmates would receive an hour a week of instruction from your English teacher to work on your writing. If English is not your first language and your results don't place you in college-level English, you may need to take an additional ESL placement test, which includes a 15-minute writing sample and a 20-question untimed reading test to determine the placement in our ESL program. There are also 3 other pre-college level courses for English for students who are native speakers of English. In any case, we'll be able to assess your needs, what they are after the test, and find the classes to support. Much of what you're going to be doing on this English placement test is not much different from what you're doing at work or on social media. You'll need critical reading skills. For example, is that email spam or something I should take seriously? You're going to have to make a claim and provide support. Like, for example, if you're applying for a job, what do you put on that cover letter first? Basically, you're doing a number of critical reading and writing tasks every day. So just remember, you're already a pro at this. All you need to do is activate your schema. Wait, what's schema? Schema, that's your lived experiences, and if you're over a half century old like me, you've got quite a bit of schema to draw from. When I'm working with students in pre-college level English courses, like English 100 or English 097, I often speak about activating our schema. This helps us engage with materials that we're about to read, to already be thinking about it and how it affects us. When you sit down to begin the test, the first thing you will see is it's a reading passage. This reading passage will be your resource for the entire English placement test. Before you even start to read it, I want you to activate your schema and become an active reader. This is going to help you get engaged with what you're going to read. Skim the reading first. Just look it over, glancing at the words. Be thinking about how much you already know or not know about the subject. Then scroll down to see the 2 writing steps that are asked of you. What are they asking you to do in your writing? This is important, as you can actively read knowing that you need to write about these certain things later. So activate is the first step. The next step is annotate, followed by contemplate. Annotate happens when you're reading the passage. Use a white sheet of paper that you can use for the test to make your own notes as you read. If anything makes an impression on you or makes you think about the related experiences you had, made a note of it. You will likely use that later in your essay. As you contemplate in the last step, you'll be thinking about what is the writer's purpose. Why is the writer using data or quotes in a certain way? Why is the author describing things the way that she does? Think about what you might agree with or disagree with the writer and what personal experiences make you think that way. One of the secrets to engaging with reading and writing is to recall and refer. All of those notes that you took when you were annotating while you're doing the reading, you'll want to draw from and reference in your writing. Next, take your notes and ideas and put it into writing. Here are some things to think about. As I mentioned earlier, you have 2 different writing tasks to do. The first one's pretty straightforward. First, you'll need to write a summary about what you've read and identify the author's main arguments, as well as the opposing arguments presented. Your summary should be no more than a paragraph and only have key ideas of the article. Basically, you're describing what the entire article is about briefly without going into detail. You'll need to identify those arguments or reasons presented by the author. Do this first after you've read the article, when your mind is freshest. This also allows you to reflect on the article as you write about what it was all about. Remember, for this summary part, there is no critical engagement about your opinion on this topic. That'll come in the final step, the critical essay. Let's refresh what exactly an essay is. When we talk about critical essays, we're talking about 3 parts. Your introduction, which helps sets up your thesis, your body paragraphs, which offer your arguments with specific examples and details, and the conclusion, which restates your thesis and arguments. Think of the introduction and conclusion as bookends, with your body paragraph in the middle. These 2 are a paragraph each. Your introduction usually begins with a hook, something to draw the reader into the paper. A hook could be a short story, a question, a quote, or something interesting, or some other interesting information. It usually finishes with your thesis. This is where you make your claim, a statement of what you believe to be true. In your conclusion, you'll restate your thesis and your arguments. Don't add any new information in this paragraph. Both of these bookends are short, only a few sentences each. It's your body paragraph where you'll provide your support with the reading and your personal experiences to strengthen the points you are making. Like the thesis, making a claim, each body paragraph will start with a topic sentence, which makes a claim to support your thesis. This should be a simple sentence, direct and to the point. You will close with an explanation of how these ideas support your topic sentence. You will want to plan out your approach. Believe it or not, 50% of the writing process is actually planning. Use your notes you took, think about your schema, start to write down keywords and ideas. We call that brainstorming, of course. Writing itself is only 25% of the process, and then allow yourself another 25% to edit. Sometimes you'll need to take a step back after you've written to review your work at the end. In American colleges, how we present our ideas are very linear. You make a claim and then you support. Make a claim and support it. It's important that you follow this format as you write. Be sure you understand and address what you ask in the question. There are multiple points you'll need to address in both your summary and your critical essays. So make sure each topic is addressed. Try to use your own ideas rather than just restate what the author wrote. This is where your schema is important. Use your personal experiences to support your original ideas on the topic. And avoid to review so that all of your claims and points are supported. Finally, just a word or two about general preparations for your test. Your mother gave you advice about eating well and getting enough sleep. Well, when is a mom wrong? These still hold true. You can always practice at home by reading an opinion article online and then trying to summarize it and then coming up with your own ideas to argue the points. We talked at the beginning about envisioning yourself being successful. This is important here to helping you do well on the exam. Believe in yourself and you can make it happen. So I hope these tips have been helpful for you in preparation for your English placement test, and we hope to see you soon at Harper College.